6. Many people? Morning, everyone. My name is Bill Bergman, and I will be chairing this meeting of the Philadelphia Zoning Board of Adjustment. With me is our Board Vice Chair, Tanetta Graham,
Present, Mr. Chairman.
our Board Secretary, Cheryl L. Gaston,
Present, Mr. Chairman.
our Board Member, Taya Wynn, who will be here shortly, and our Board Member, Ryan McAdams.
Present, Mr. Chairman.
Also here is our Board Attorney, Hillary Emerson, our Zoning Board Director, Ian Haggerty, and our Board Administrator, Lakeisha Dandy. Recording of this hearing will be posted on the ZBA website. By participating, you consent to be recorded. This is an in-person meeting with remote capabilities. Whether remote or in person, if you're called to speak, you must state and spell your name and then wait to be sworn in. Once you've been sworn in, please state your name each time before testifying. Any person may enter their appearance to become an interested party. You can identify the case property address in your Zoom webinar. You can see a staff member, or you can call the ZBA appearance line by the close of business tomorrow. Call 267-270-5548. Leave a message that includes your email address and the address of the property of the appeal case. The following guidance is for our remote attendees. When directed, you must raise your virtual hand in order to be recognized to speak. If you're called to testify, you'll be prompted to join as a panelist. Please accept the request and turn to your camera. The webinar Q&A is for questions about the hearing. Do not comment on cases in the Q&A. And fourth, if you're participating by phone, press *9 to raise your hand and *6 to unmute. Our in-person attendees, refrain from talking, eating, or drinking during the hearings. Verbal and physical aggression will not be tolerated. Restrooms are across from the elevator. A water fountain is just outside the room to the right. When speaking on the record, you must speak directly into the microphone in order to be heard by all attendees and the court reporter. In the event of emergency, please follow the directions given over the public address system or by the staff. The main exit is through the double doors at the rear of the room. The nearest stairwell is to the left outside the doors. In case of an evacuation, the rally point is Love Park, directly across Arch Street. Please remain there so we can account for you. Let's look at our schedule for today. Number 3, MI 2025-002-443, 537 Sanger Street. This case is continued to 3/17/26 at 9:30 a.m. Number 7, MI 2025-004-514, 3922 Mellon Street. This case was listed in error. It is continued to 2/24/26 at 9:30 a.m. Number 8, MI 2025-005-235, 700 South 2nd Street. Case is continued to 3/17/26 at 9:30 a.m. And number 2, MI 2025-006-99, 175 West Oxford Street. This case is continued to 3/17/26 at 9:30 a.m. Any other requests for continuance?
Good morning, Chair. I see no hands.
This one, 3/17.
I know, but did you say 2 or 10?
10, I thought 10. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go to our list here. We're going to start with number 1, MI 2025-001-794, 4632 Masser Street. This is a resumptive hearing. We have a Spanish interpreter.
And Jermaine Harris is coming back in as a panelist. We also have our hands raised for Richard DeMarco. Is he a part of this case, Chair?
He is not. He does have a case, though. Why don't we see what Mr. DeMarco has to say? Mr. DeMarco?
And Derek, can you make me co-host so I can promote, please?
Mr. Chairman, good morning. I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you hear me
No,
okay?
no. Sure, I can. Could you please state your name and spell for the stenographer?
Richard DeMarco, last name spelled Demarco.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Mr. DeMarco, you want to talk about 4134 Manayunk?
Yeah, we have an agreement. I wanted to just get that off your list. We have
All
an
right,
agreement
hold
with
on.
the
Here's
city.
here's our city attorneys here too. Let me get them on the record.
Okay.
Good morning, Board. Jim Kelly, Kelly, on behalf of the city.
Is your microphone on?
It's
Okay. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
yes.
Mr. DeMarco, why don't you start?
I'll just, and I'm sure Jim can fill in the blanks, but we agreed that the zoning will not be an issue in this case. The city indicated to me that they will agree to have the appeal marked appeal granted, and we will then move to the next steps with this particular property and clear up, and the zoning
Lori,
issue
should
would
I-
be, yeah.
Jim?
Yeah, so that's our understanding as well. The city's perfectly fine with an appeal granted decision. Without getting into too much detail, there's an understanding that the owner will reapply for the certificate of occupancy, and as Mr. DeMarco said,
Okay.
the zoning won't be an issue.
That's correct.
Did I appeal granted, Hillary? Okay, so MI 2025-006-996, 4134 Manayunk, appeal, I vote appeal granted.
Cheryl Gaston, I vote appeal granted.
Tanetta Graham, I vote appeal granted.
Ryan McAdams, my vote is appeal granted.
Mr. Kelly, thank you. Mr. DeMarco, thank you very much for,
Thank you for the accommodation,
Okay,
Mr. Chairman.
sure.
Have a good afternoon and
Okay.
good morning. Thank you.
so let's go back. MI 2025-001-794, 4632 Masher Street. Jermaine Harris is the attorney, but there is an interpreter.
Yes, good.
Mr.
morning.
Chair, sorry to
Good morning,
interrupt
Mr.
this. Mr. Chair,
Yes.
sorry to interrupt. This is Ian Hegarty, Executive Director. We're having a hard time getting the Spanish interpreter on the line right now, so they may not be available at the moment.
Okay.
So I would recommend.
So Jermaine, I'll
calling
get back to you,
them,
okay?
please.
Okay, all right,
We'll
good
get back
enough.
to it, and we hopefully won't be long. Okay, thank
Okay.
you. Let's go. I take it three's the same way? And three, the same interpreter?
Three has been disposed already.
Okay,
It's
that's
continued.
right. Okay, all right. So number two, MI 2025-001-894, 6424 Rising Sun Avenue. Vernon Anastasio is the attorney. There's
And
a
he's
letter of
coming back
non-
in now as a panelist, Chair.
There's a letter of non-opposition from Longcrest Community Association. The vote was 29 in non-opposition, 1 in opposition.
Good morning, Mr. Chair.
Good morning, counsel. Could you please state your name and spell it for the stenographer?
Yes, Vern Anastasio, Anastasio, on behalf of Mr. Anthony Jackson.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Our vice chair has a few questions, counsel.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good
Have
morning.
you submitted your documents 5 days in advance of this hearing?
I have.
And do you waive the reading of the refusal and stipulate to its accuracy?
I do.
Okay, thank you. You can proceed with your case by sharing screen.
Thank you. 6424 Rising Sun Avenue is a long-standing commercial property, and my client is seeking zoning relief for event special assembly facility. It's very small, and what the plan is for them to do things like birthday parties, funeral repasses. In fact, my client, who's a Philadelphia police officer, could not be here today because he is at a family funeral himself and was not able to use his space because we're going through this hearing today. But he's very well known in the community, very well respected. Lawncrest is not an RCO that takes applications lightly. To get 29 votes in non-opposition is a big deal in Lawncrest. So I want to make sure that you see the plan. This is the interior layout. Here's the front door. As you'll see here, here's the main space. We're going to have an ADA compliant restroom. We have a rear space if needed. Mostly it'll be for for the administrative section of it. There's a bit of a kitchenette here, but there'll be no actual cooking. It's just folks laying out platters that are already either going to be on Bunsen burn, sternos or cold platters. And then there's a rear yard with trash storage in the back. Let's take a look at the actual property in question. So as you can see, the unique physical condition is in fact that it is commercial space. And both the RCO leadership and the neighbors were excited to get this approved for us. Here's the letter that went out to all individual households. We had a meeting back in September, and as a result, 29-1 in support of the application. 86 households, which is actually a pretty good percentage of folks who voted. 86 households were in fact. And there's the letter. My clients agreed to put both lights and cameras in the front of the property and in the backyard. We'll also be doing commercial trash pickup. And for all the reasons that I previously stated, I'm requesting granting of the variance. Thank you.
And you're an officer of the court, so obviously we're going to take your testimony.
Yeah,
Vern, did you
Officer
see-
Jack.
Did
Yeah,
you see
officer.
yeah, I know where the officer is. Do you see the provisos?
Yep, and we have no problem with that. All events would end before midnight anyway. The trash storage would
And
plan.
you're okay with the 1 year temporary?
We're not crazy about it, but if that's something that this board in its discretion wishes to grant them, we certainly wouldn't oppose it.
Thank you.
It's just
All right.
please understand that we do have to go
Yeah,
through
I got it.
a
Yeah,
CO process, so maybe 1 year might be a little tight.
I got it. Questions from the board?
Okay, so what kind of events are we talking about?
Birthday parties, bridal showers. I mean, the space just isn't large enough for, anything too big.
Okay, so about how many people you think it might hold?
40?
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Questions from our attorney, Hillary Emerson?
Not at this time, Mr. Chair.
Questions or comments from the virtual audience?
I see no hands, Chair.
Planning Commission.
Thank you, Chairman, and good morning. David Fecteau, FECTEAU with the City Planning Commission.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir, I do.
Please proceed.
Thank you, sir. Chairman and board members. Hold on just a minute. All right. Chairman and board members, the comprehensive plan recommends no change to the CMX1 commercial mixed-use zoning at this location. The city rezoned this neighborhood in 1975 and a council-supported map change. This property is located on a commercial corridor and has a documented history of compatible uses with similar community impacts. There are other similar uses along the same commercial corridor operating without issue. When we created the definition for event assembly facility, we saw that these facilities as having fewer impacts than a nightclub or private club would. The City Planning Commission recommends the board grant the requested variance for an event assembly facility.
Thank you. MI 2025-001-894, 6424 Rising Sun. I vote yes, with proviso. Temporary variance to expire 1/15/28. All events to end at midnight, trash stored in rear yard.
Cheryl Gaston, my vote is yes, with provisos.
Tanetta Graham, my vote is yes with provisos.
Ryan McAdams, my vote is yes with provisos.
Thank you, counsel.
Thank you.
Number 4, MI 2025-002-813-6424 Castor Avenue. Zen Jin is the attorney. This is a resumptive hearing.
And he's coming back in now as a panelist, Chair.
Good morning.
Good morning, counsel. Could you please state your name and spell for the stenographer?
Yes, my name is Zen Jin, Z-H-E-N, last name J-I-N.
Right. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
So this is a resumptive hearing.
Yes. So to refresh.
Here's where we're going to be, what we'd like to do is you'll give us an updated information about where you stand with the case. There will be questions from the board. There will be public testimony and planning commission recommendation. So counsel, why don't you start?
Thank you. To refresh the board's memory with regard to this case, this is an application based on a existing use that was previously approved on a temporary basis. Where the temporary basis expired, the new operator who took over the business was not aware of the temporary nature of the original zoning variance and applied for the variance again upon learning that they have an expired permit. When the application was applied for, and during the process, L&I came and shut down the business for the reason that their zoning permit is also expired, and some minor fire code violations, such as having an extension cord that needed to be removed, certain signage that was needed lighting to be updated. All those have been resolved. So the only outstanding violation now is the zoning permit itself. We met with the community in this matter. I'm going to put our exhibit up on the screen for the board, which is updated based on this particular hearing. Can the board see my exhibit on this?
It's coming up right now, sir. We see it now. Yep.
Great, thank you. So as the refusal indicates, this is an application. Again, it's in a CMX2/RSA5 district. It's kind of a unique situation where part of the lot is RSA5, which is actually a parking lot behind the commercial space. The space itself is commercial and faces Castor Avenue. And the proposed use is actually prohibited because of the residential district, although even if it's in the CMX2, I believe it would be subject to review. Again, previously, ZBA approved this back in 2020 for 3-year temporary, and that is the temporary permit that the operator has been working with since that time. So this business has been consistently operating for almost 5 years and then was shut down after the current operator made the application for this current variance before the board. We met with the community and received a RCO letter, which I have some issues with. It's rather confusing what exactly their stance is. Ultimately, the current letter they sent just says does not reach an agreement on the application. Their previous letter, which we received, says 7 in support, but then they claim that there was 9 via telephone who opposed. The issue is that I was at the meeting and I did not see any telephone or even a Zoom operation during the community meeting. So I'm not sure what the telephone opposition would be. I certainly wasn't aware of it during the community meeting. We also prepared in advance to the meeting a petition support from neighboring properties and businesses. And as the board can see, we do have support from both residents in the area as well as neighboring business, including immediately next door and I believe across the street, a business who has seen the owner's operation for the past 5 years and have no issue with the operation. So again, what we're really seeking is a continuation of a business that has existed at this location for about 5 years, doing the same business that they were doing before, which is a spa massage business. all the employees are licensed masseuses. The owner is here with us today and will verify my testimony. The space itself is a long, deep space with, this is actually the front area with foot massage. I know the picture is really dark and it's hard to see, but it's actually a foot massage area in the front and then massage rooms in the back. Some of the rooms have 2 beds, some have 1 bed, but these are more of the body massage setup for the rear of the area. Here's the posting. The layout, again, it's a little difficult to see. I'm going to zoom in. So again, you would enter from Castor Avenue. I'm sorry, let me try to zoom in a little further. This is the foot massage area right in the front where the front is. And then it's basically a long hallway with rooms that leads to the back, all the way to the rear. Now, due to the level of business available, even though this is the plan, the actual use right now is limited more to the front half of the space. They don't have enough customers really to require the use of the back. Right now, these few rooms actually are just storage, being used as storage at the moment. And most of the work is limited to the front half of the location. So that is essentially what we're asking the board to do, is to grant what is essentially an extension to what was previously approved use so that the business can continue to operate. I do want to point out that the business is currently closed and we cannot reopen until there's a decision on the zoning in this case. My client is here. I believe he would be happy to verify my testimony. And just so I was the attorney on the original matter, and that this was granted back in 2020 for a 3-year temporary at the time.
Okay, why don't you bring your client on?
Sure. Jimmy, can you raise your hand virtually to be identified? Jimmy, can
Jimmy?
you? Yeah.
Do you see him, Zen?
I do not. Let me see if I can look at the participant list here. I
Jimmy
don't.
meantime has been promoted to panelist, Chair.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Jimmy, are you there?
Jimmy declined to be promoted to panelist, Chair. We can allow them to speak.
Okay. Counsel, could you please state your name, sir, and spell for the stenographer?
Sir, you will have to unmute yourself. And Chair, he's not unmuting.
Okay. I guess Zen will have to take your testimony because you're saying he's not unmuted?
Yeah, I
No.
mean, I see him, but he's still muted. Jimmy, can you unmute on your side and acknowledge the zoning board? I'm sorry.
Okay,
I don't know
so
if they're having
counsel,
technical
maybe you could just touch on a couple other things. There was
Sure.
issues relative with L&I, et cetera, about the shower. Could you talk about that?
Yeah, so the shower room was part of a bathroom that was actually put in by the original operator at the time we did the first case. It's always been in part of the design. Because they do body massage, sometimes people don't want to leave with oil covering their backs. And so there was a shower available for them to clean themselves if needed. It's not used by every customer, but once in a while it is used.
And I guess the other thing was raised about people spending the night there. Is that Anything to that?
I think it's because the operators have a small kitchen in there. So Elle and I took the position, this looks almost like a residential setup if you have a kitchen and a bathroom with a shower. It is a
Okay.
business. It does close at night. There's no one living at the space. So I don't know. I mean, that was raised as a question, but it's not.
All right.
This space has never been used in a residential form.
All right, questions from the board?
Okay. Oh. Well, can you put the plan up again?
Sure.
About the, please. And you have pictures too that show this. So one of the massage rooms has like 2 beds in it. Why
Yes,
would you?
the front
Yeah,
room, the large room, yes.
I mean, that's a little, I mean, I, that looks a little odd. Okay,
I believe
usually
I
it's,
believe that room is used when they're not doing like full body massage. It's more facial or something that doesn't have a lot of privacy concerns where customers are willing to use that room when there's, but generally if there's not a lot of customers that or people that specifically need to use that room in conjunction, they would still keep it as 1 customer per room.
okay, all right. And so what are the operating hours of this?
So they've been operating at approximately from 10 o'clock to 12 p.m. is what my understanding is. 11 p.m. I'm sorry, 11 p.m. So 10 o'clock to 11 p.m. is what they've been opening their hours.
Wow, and that's how many days a week?
6 days a week.
Okay, so Monday through Saturday?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Other questions?
Can we look at is this the basement floor plan? at the
There is
bottom?
no, I think that's just I'm sorry, I'll reshare that.
Okay.
This is just a ground floor plan. This is also ground floor plan from a different angle. It's the same plan.
It's the same plan, just a
Yes.
different angle.
Yeah, there's no basement to this space.
Okay. And then how many therapists do they have on site at any given time?
So at the time we made the application, they had usually 3 to 4 on site.
Okay, so I think my one comment is that there's a lot of surface rooms in the facility for there to be only 4 people on site. I think my larger question would be like, for example, with massage room 9 at the back, it does feel like at some point they were squeezing in rooms that aren't necessarily going to be in use. This is like a large massage facility for like, big national companies don't usually have this many service rooms in one facility. And so wondering what's the like thought plan around expansion or growth. And if the plan was just because it had already been an existing facility to keep the rooms divided as they already were.
So again, the current operator did acquire this about 2 years ago, and it's already set up in this form. That's why they didn't change it. It would require knocking down walls, and it wasn't something they wanted to do. As I indicated earlier, they are using some of the back rooms right now for storage. There are no beds in them. They're basically set up as storage rooms at the moment. The talk with the community actually asked if we would be willing to add some kind of acupuncture service to the business, which my client is entertaining because, of course, it needs, again, additional licensed individual that would be a medical license for acupuncture in order to add that. But that is something they're looking into. The space, because it's long and narrow, I think the original operator laid it out with more rooms in the event that they are busy enough, they have the available rooms if needed.
Okay, and then just a question about, I think, trash and like biomedical materials.
Sure. So what's behind this space is actually a large parking lot. I don't know if we have a photo here. I believe there might be a photo that shows it, but certainly the map here can show. So this entire space back here is a large parking lot. They have a rear yard space that's fenced in as well. There's actually a dumpster or trash cans available right in the back. The obviously any biomedical stuff would be stored in the back area and then picked up by specialized companies, although they don't have a lot of biomedical type trash. Majority is just wipes and those kind of things that would be part of the trash. And there is parking also in the back. So there's actually a lot of parking available for this property.
Any other questions? Questions from our attorney, Hillary Emerson?
None at this time, Mr. Chair.
Questions or
Excuse me.
comments from the audience here, the virtual audience?
I see no hands, Chair.
Planning Commission.
Thank you, Chairman, and good morning. David Fecto with the City Planning Commission. Chairman and board members, the comprehensive plan recommends a change in zoning at this location from RSA 5 residential single family to CMX 2.5 commercial mixed use. The city rezoned this neighborhood in 1973 and a council-supported map change. This property received multiple violations, one as recently as September 2025, and was ordered to cease operations. Since this is a commercial property which could not be easily converted to residential use, the City Planning Commission recommends the board grant the proposed use variance for personal services, but with a temporary variance.
Zen, thank you for your presentation. We're going to hold this and have a discussion among the board. We will vote next Wednesday at 9:30 a.m.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, good. Number 5, MI 2025-004019, 323 West Girard Avenue. David Orphanides is the attorney. This is a resumptive hearing.
And he's coming back in as a panelist, Chair.
Okay.
Morning, Mr. Chairman, members
Morning,
of the board.
Council. Could you please state your name and spell for the stenographer?
Certainly, my name is David Orphanides. The last name is spelled Orphanides.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
As you know, this is a resumptive hearing. What we would like to have is a discussion from you of the amended refusal.
Sure.
And questions from the board and council.
Sure.
Public testimony limited to what you say today, and then planning commission if they want to take a position. Okay?
Certainly. All right. So let me share my screen. Hopefully you can see that. Just so everybody knows, just a very, very quick refresher. This is the subject property, 2 vacant lots located at 323 and 325 West Girard Avenue. They've been blighted for an extended period of time, at least 20 years. I have photographs going back to the early 2000s showing 2 buildings that were vacant in bad state of repair or in state of disrepair that I presented previously, I believe. And then throughout the years, one building, the one located at the corner, 323 West Girard, was demolished, and then ultimately 325 was demolished. It's again located at the corner of northwest corner of West Girard and North Oriana Street. There's a property located to the north of us that has a 14-foot wide alley that leads to the back of the property located to the west, 1205 to 1207 North 4th. That alley we also have a right to, and I'm saying this because it's important regarding the amended refusal to use, and it prevents the building that's located to the north of us at 1206 to 08 North Oriana Street from utilizing that space to the south of them between our property and on the southern side of their property between the building that they've built there. And that alley was reflected on the plans for the newer building that was constructed on that budding property to the north. It's shown in our deed, and it's also shown in the deed for the property to the west on 4th Street. At one time, the property to the west on 4th Street was stables. And you can see in the language in the deeds, if I were to show it to you, which included with my updated exhibit book, this alley was utilized to get in and out of the stable from Oriana Street, from the back of the stables from Oriana Street. But our properties, both of our properties and our deeds reference the use thereof. So the reason that's important is because we went to the community group. We had 4 meetings with the community group, 2 with their zoning committee and 2 full community meetings. When zoning committee, community, zoning committee, community. Usually they'll have 1 of each. South Kensington Community Partners will have it. But because this was on Girard Avenue, they thought it was a higher impact development project. although originally there were only 6 units in a commercial space proposed with 3 accessory off-street parking spaces. But because of its location, they wanted to bring us back, and they thought it was important to bring us back for a second round of review. Throughout that process, and I can show you real quickly just with an original rendering. Here was our original renderings. We had a commercial space at the front. We had, and then we had 3 parking spaces at the rear. There was a support structure and an architectural element that extended to the rear property line. So our original refusal that I'll show you had, because we had 6 residential units, which was more units than were permitted because of the overlay that applies to this property and the size of the lot. We had a rear yard depth refusal, and we had a small height refusal. And that height refusal, even though our roof is higher than what's permitted, our parapet is lower, so that the parapet height is the same height around the outside of the building as that would be, you would see with the by right building. But when we went to South Kensington, they preferred that we do away with the parking. Surprisingly, you never know what you're going to get. And instead increase the depth of the commercial space and basically take the whole building at all 4 floors to the rear property line, except for a small outdoor space in the northwest corner that you're going to see. And what they wanted us to do was to expand the commercial space, make it bigger. And we went from commercial space of 657 square feet to 986 square feet, which you'll see on the floor plans. I think that's an increase about a third, 329 square feet, or half of what was originally proposed. And then in this back area, because this is not a building, the economics don't warrant or don't support an elevator. It's a walk-up. We created an ADA type B unit in the rear, 603 square feet. And you'll see in the floor plans, they have a small outdoor area in the northwest corner of the property for their unit to have outdoor space. Then we pushed, like I said, the upper floors to the rear. You'll see it in a couple minutes, and created outdoor space for the 3 rear units at the northeast corner of the second, third, and fourth floors for units 1, 3, and 5. So here you'll see the original floor plans with the smaller commercial space with the parking to the rear, and then the setback upper floors. And the reason that they felt comfortable pushing the building to the rear, and the reason I spoke about it before, is because of that 14-foot wide alley that you normally wouldn't have. It creates open area, even though it's not on our lot. It creates space between our property and our building and the building to the north. They face largely to the east as the front of their building, and for that reason, the community group felt that it was acceptable to push our building all the way to the rear property line. Again, we went in respecting, other than the superstructure, respecting rear yard depth. Well, other than the superstructure, but accepting rear yard depth for the bulk of the building, open area. Again, we had the variance for the height and the variance for the.
All right, David, could you show us the new plans?
Sure, certainly. So here you can see the amended zoning drawings. We've pushed the building all the way to the rear, except for this open area that we've created for some outdoor space for the ADA unit. They have access out the back to that alley, which the whole building has the right to use. And you'll see at each of the northeast corners, we've created an outdoor balcony or deck, expanding the ground floor all the way to the rear. The result is, again, you have a larger commercial space than what we originally had. You'll see a smaller space here. You have the ADA unit at the rear, and then the units above have largely gotten larger. There's a couple that have gotten slightly smaller with recreating the outdoor space to the rear, but you can see the outdoor space at the rear of the second and third floors. The original refusal, as mentioned, we had the lot size for the number of units, we had the building height, and we had the rear yard depth. We had to amend the application because we were going to be increasing the lot size deficiency for the number of units by adding an additional unit. The height did not change. The rear depth refusal didn't change, although the amount of the building that went to the rear property line changed. And then with the amended notice of refusal, where's it? There it is. We created an open area refusal that wasn't there before. And that's, again, by taking the whole building to the rear property line, except for that small amount of open area in the northeast corner, the 48 square feet, we generate an additional refusal. Again, all of these requests came at the request of the community. Again, some of it was a little of a surprise to us, but we were happy to comply and give them what they wanted. And as a result, As we showed beforehand, we had a letter of full support from the community group, the South Kensington Community Partners. I reached out to Council Member Young's office on several occasions to ascertain their position regarding this application and didn't receive a response to any of my emails. We do have the posting photographs for today's hearing. Tax certification you can see here. And again, here are the posting photographs for today's hearing with the notice of today's proceeding. Previously, I provided copies of the 14303 notices that were sent out for each of the 2 community group meetings and the certificates of service for those. And with that, I would have my client adopt my statements, and I believe the architect is on as well, to adopt my statements and to answer any questions that the board or members of the community may have regarding this application.
Why don't we bring the owner on first?
Sure. Andy. It's Andy Lin. Might be Hong Lin.
And he's being promoted to panelist now.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, sir. Could you please state your name and spell for the stenographer?
My name is Andy Honglin, ANDY last name LIN.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Counsel?
Andy, good morning. 323 Gerard LLC owns the property. What is your connection with that, the owner of the property?
I'm the managing member of the property.
Okay, thank you.
And the
did
LLC.
Thank you. And did you hear the statements that I made to the board today?
Yes, I did.
And are they true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
And would you adopt them as your own?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And then I think Sam Turner, who's the architect, should be on the phone. You might check and see if he's on or
Mr.
not.
Turner?
We have nobody in the audience by that name.
All right, thank you. One point, the council member did send a letter on the original plan, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, that was following our presentation
I understand.
of these,
Yep.
these drawings. Yep.
Right,
Yep.
right. Questions from the board?
They've seen the amended project.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. And could you just review real quick the trash plan? Like I'm not sure if they had
Yeah, so there is so on the original plan, we had a small trash room that opened up into the parking area. And then on the amended plans, we have a trash area located here, which we're probably going to make bigger, that opens right onto the sidewalk. So commercial trash, any type of trash pickup would be just happen over here. It's a little small, admittedly, and that'll be revised.
So the commercial space and the residential space would share the same trash area?
Yes, yes. They'll be able to access it from this common hallway. We're not showing a door right there, but yes, it'll be for everybody's trash use.
Other questions?
So,
Or
yes.
the residential units will be able to come out onto the street and put in, but we're going to put a door on the inside hallway here.
Okay. So, yes, question, where is this property located near anything commercial? I mean, is it?
So there are, so this is
I mean,
a
it
city
wouldn't
health.
be a destination kind of.
Well, no, I mean, listen, again, so South Kensington wants Gerard, I think, they want Gerard Avenue to be commercial. Again, we provided the commercial within the first 30 feet as required under the zoning code
Right.
because it's CMX2. But let me see if I can show a picture. So I came to you a couple months ago here at 322 to 24 West Gerard Avenue to move a takeout restaurant, a pizza place, Papa John's, to this location directly across the street. There is next to that here. It might be easier if I just use the photographs. Hold on one second. In the archives. Here. All right. Okay. So this is a newer building that was granted a variance. They have commercial at the ground floor. This is the building that I did for the takeout. Paul Sorokman is a photographer. And then I came to the zoning board a couple years ago for this property right here for a doggy daycare. There is approval for, and here you can see a little better. You can see right here is the doggy daycare. I'm sorry. It's in the ground floor, and the studios are upstairs for Paul Sorokman. And here's the takeout pizza place. And then there's commercial on the ground floor here. And then approval was granted by some variances for a project here that's also going to include commercial on the ground floor. So we provided commercial because of CMX2. I think your question probably has to go, why make it bigger? I think South Kensington's position is generally they feel it's more likely to not be a vacant commercial space and to be, and I hate to speak with them, and if they're here today, they can speak for themselves, but I've been in front of them enough on commercial corridors to know that at least one member of their zoning committee position is that the larger the commercial space, the more viable it is, and the more likely it is to be utilized and actually rented. And we weren't going to argue with that. They would know better than we would as far as what would fly in their neighborhood.
Just trying to get a perspective.
Yeah.
David, one other quick question.
Sure.
So the address is 323, but the drawings show 325. Am I correct?
So the original application, not to go back into that, it calls for the the consolidation of the two lots, 323 and 325. Presumably will become 323 when the OPA gives them the address, but that's why there's both address reference.
All right. Questions or comments from our attorney? Hillary Emerson.
Not at this time, Mr. Chair.
Questions or comments from the virtual audience or the present audience?
I see no hands, Chair.
Planning, did you already take a position on this?
Chairman, I don't know. We may have,
So,
but
you can take one now then if you want.
all right, I can reread the
Oh, great. Thank you,
recommendation.
David.
So good morning, Chairman David Effecto with the City Planning Commission. The comprehensive plan recommends no change in zoning at this location from the current CMX2 commercial mixed use. There are no unique physical circumstances or conditions of this property that would prevent it from being used in conformance with the zoning code. The City Planning Commission recommends the board deny the requested dimensional variances for lot area and maximum building height.
Thank you. MI 2025-004-019, 323 West Girard Avenue. I vote yes with proviso per amended refusal dated January 12th, 2026.
Cheryl Gaston, my vote is yes with proviso.
Tanetta Graham, my vote is yes with proviso.
And McAdams, my vote is yes with proviso.
Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes my business. May I be
All right,
excused.
thank you, David.
Have a good day.
Number
Thank you,
6,
Council.
MI 2025-004-045, 2307 North 11th Street. Alan Nachemson is the attorney. This is a resumptive hearing.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the board.
Morning, council. Could you please state your name and spell for the stenographer?
Alan Nachemson, A-L-A-N, last name Nachemson, N-O-C-H-U-M-S-O-N.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. So obviously, this will be a resumptive hearing. We have received, though, I'll read it off. You've reduced the height to 29 feet, 1 inches, removed the basement living, added a covered breezeway at the building entry point, and reduced unit count to 4.
Yes, we actually updated our revised
Okay.
plans and proviso since.
So here's what we'll do. You'll make your presentation, give us everything that you've changed. Well, the board will have questions, public testimony limited to what you say today,
Yeah.
and then the planning commission recommendation.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chair. Where is, that's not the right screen. There it goes. All right, so let's just go straight to the revised plans. So as Mr. Chair, as you stated, we reduced the height to 29 feet, 1 inches. It was originally 37 feet. We added a covered breezeway at the building point of entry point. That was requested by this board. If the board remembers, there was concern that the entry door to the property was set back at the significant point from the front of the building. So they wanted this board wanted to have a door at that front, which we created by covering that first floor. As you'll see, it's interior space. We reduced the unit count to 4, also at the suggestion, when I received it, I thought it's a suggestion of the board. We were seeking 5 units. This is a CMX2 property. We're allowed 3 residential units and 1 commercial unit. So now we merely want to swap that commercial unit for a residential unit. Again, as this board saw, and I'll just quickly show you the Google Maps, there is no commercial units on that block or nearby, so it would be out of character to have a commercial unit there. We increased the rear yard setback from 12.5 feet to 23 feet by having that additional square footage in the front of the property. With that front entryway, we had to meet the coverage requirements of the code. So that's how we did it. We went from a 9-foot rear yard setback to a 23-foot yard rear setback. As the board saw, we have pretty strong support for this project even before these changes. Support by the nearby neighbor who would be next to us, who's also wants to be fully residential, my understanding. And then the maps of the area, we are adjacent to much RM1. It's out of character for this part of the block to have any commercial units here. And as you can see here, there is Germantown Avenue is the commercial corridor here. There is no commercial right around where we are. So it wouldn't succeed. And honestly, as you can see here, it's just empty lots here. So I think that's about it in a nutshell. I just wanted to show you the floor plans too, just to show what we made the changes in the floor plans. So there is no access now for unit number 1 or unit number 2 to the ground level. So there's no bi-level going into the basement. All entry points to the basement are common, and garbage would be stored in the basement as well. So those are the changes that were requested of us by this board, and we made every single one that was requested of us. Thank you.
You want to have your testimony adopted?
Yes, Mr. Chair, can you swear in my client, Mr. Kravitz?
Please, is your mic on?
Yes.
Could you please state your name and spell for the stenographer?
Josh Kravitz, JoshKravets.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Counsel?
Yeah, Josh, you heard everything I had to state today about your zoning matter.
Yes.
Is it true and correct?
Yes,
And do you adopt it as your own testimony?
I do.
Thank you.
Questions from the board? Questions or comments from our attorney, Hillary Emerson?
Not at this time, Mr. Chair.
Questions or comments from the audience or the virtual audience?
I see no hands, Chair.
Planning Commission.
Thank you, Chairman, and good morning. David Fecto with the City Planning Commission. Chairman and board members, the comprehensive plan recommends a change in zoning at this location from the current CMX2 commercial mixed use to RSA5 residential single family. The zoning in this neighborhood dates to the original 1933 zoning maps. The proposed use of ground floor residential is characteristic of this block. Despite the CMX2 zoning, the City Planning Commission recommends the board grant the requested variances for ground floor use and dwelling unit count.
Thank you.
MI 2025-004045, 2307 North 11th Street. I vote yes with proviso. Revised plans, 2 pages, stamped by ZBA on January 13th, 2026, maximum 4 dwelling units.
Cheryl Gaston, my vote is yes with proviso.
Janetta Graham, my vote is yes with proviso.
Ryan McAdams, my vote is yes with proviso.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, council.
Have a great day.
Let's go back to number 1. MI 2025-001794, 4632 Masher Street. Jermaine Harris is the attorney.
Mr. Chair, we're having some difficulty getting the interpreter on, so we are still working on that.
We'll take a
Ian,
short break.
yeah, maybe take a few minute break and then try to.
Why don't we
come back.
take a break? Jermaine?
Yes. Yeah, the client's
We're
here.
going to take a break until we can see him. We'll get back to you as soon as we can, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Jermaine? Jermaine,
Yes.
we have someone that'll be on shortly.
Oh, you have someone.
Yes.
Okay.
We knew you were waiting.
Okay. Okay.
Have I sworn you in yet, Jermaine?
No.
All right, why don't I do that? So, MI 2025-001794. Jermaine Harris is the attorney. Jermaine, could you please state your name and spell for the stenographer?
Sure. Jermaine Harrison, that's spelled JermaineHarris, last name.
You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
As soon as the interpreter gets on, we will start.
Okay.
Okay. Interpreter?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Josué, and I'll be your Spanish interpreter. My ID, D as in Delta, X as in X-ray, 156. How may I help you?
Excuse me, Chair. I'm sorry, Chair. This is the reporter. I did not catch the
Yeah,
gentleman's name.
neither did I. So, are you on phone? Can you go on the video?
No, this interpreter
they
will only
provided
be
me-
available by phone. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Sir, could you please state your name and spell for the stenographer?
Yes, Your Honor. My name is Josué, Josue. My last name initial is A as in Alpha. My ID number is DX156.
All right, hold on 1 minute. Do you swear or affirm that you will interpret accurately, completely, and impartially from English to Spanish and from Spanish to English to the best of your ability?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. Just for you to know, my supervisor just provided me the Zoom link to appear on video. I don't know if that would be better for you.
Sure, that would be. Thank you.
Okay, just give me 1 second. I'll switch devices, sir.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thank you.
Mr. Harris and board members, this is Ian Haggerty. Thank you so much for your patience this morning. We appreciate it, and we apologize for the delay.
Interpreter?
We still don't see him in the audience chair.
But is his supervisor the Daniel McGranigan who just got on? Because I think he said he got a link from his supervisor, so he might come up under another name.
Okay, yes. Daniel, please accept the promotion for panelist.
I think that that's maybe not the right
No, another.
So we now have Sway under his own account. We'll be promoting him to panel. Okay, Chair, interpreter is here. You may proceed.
Okay,
Good morning,
interpreter.
Your Honor.
Good. So interpreter, just so you know there that we also have an attorney who's representing the individual, okay? So if you would, could you please call for us Lucas Canceres?
Ok, en este caso tenemos aquí al señor Lucas Cáceres.
I
Buenos
have
días, con el señor Lucas.
somebody else with their hand raised under a different name. I'm going to promote them to see if he's with them.
Sure, thank you.
Ya usted está presente. Diga que usted está presente.
Buenos
Sí,
días.
estoy presente.
Is that
¿Cómo
him?
está? Ok.
Is that him?
Yes.
Okay, could you ask
Este es
him
el
to
señor Lucas,
please,
disculpe.
could you ask him to please state his name and spell it for the stenographer?
Ok, ¿me ayuda por favor diciendo su nombre y apellido y me lo puede deletrear por favor para el estenógrafo?
Sí, Lucas Francisco Cáceres Grullón.
Lucas Franz. Ok.
Lucas F R A C I S C O. C A
Can
C
we,
R
I'm sorry,
E.
can we please only have Mr. Caceres speaking? There's multiple voices coming from that audio. Thank you.
Señor Cáceres, por favor, si puede estar en un cuarto privado donde no haya otras personas hablando alrededor suyo, por favor, porque se está escuchando a más personas alrededor suyo hablando y no se le entiende lo que dice.
Okay.
Okay, did he spell his name and,
I'm almost there.
okay,
Disculpe, ¿y su segundo apellido cuál es? ¿Me lo puede deletrear?
Sí, Grullón. G R U L O N.
My name is Lucas Francisco Cáceres Grullón. So Lucas is spelled L as in Lima, U as in Utah, C as in Charlie, A as in Alpha, S as in Sierra. Francisco, F as in Frank, R as in Romeo, A as in Alpha, N as in November, C as in Charlie, I as in India, S as in Sierra, C as in Charlie, O as in Oscar. Cáceres is spelled C as in Charlie, A as in Alpha, C as in Charlie, E as in Echo, R as in Romeo, E as in Echo, S as in Sierra.
all right.
And last name Grullón is G as in Golf, R as in Romeo, U as in Utah, double L as in Lima, O as in Oscar, N as in November.
Right. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth,
Jura y afirma decir toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad.
Sí.
the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad.
Sí.
All right.
Yes.
Mr. Harris.
Sí, yes.
Good morning, Mr. Harris. Mr. Harris, just we'll explain what we need to do today.
Sure.
You'll give us testimony regarding the layout and presentation of additional photos.
Yes.
Ok, perfecto. Entonces, buenos días, señor Harris. En este caso estamos explicando lo que vamos a necesitar el día de hoy. Usted nos va a estar dando un testimonio en cuanto a lo que es la presentación de las fotos adicionales.
There'll be questions from the board, public testimony, and the planning commission.
Va a haber preguntas de la Junta, testimonios públicos y de la Comisión de Planeaciones.
Mr.
Okay.
Harris, please start your presentation.
Sure.
And if you would just go a little bit slower so the interpreter can tell the individual what's going on, okay?
Okay, sure.
Thank you. Thank you
So-
for waiting, by the way.
No problem. So you may recall, this is a resumption hearing to legalize a two-family property that Mr. Caceres purchased sight unseen in 2015 from a sheriff's sale.
Y en este caso, pues, no hay ningún problema. Vamos a comenzar con la presentación. Si usted recuerda, su señoría, esta es una audiencia de resunción para lo que es la legalización de una propiedad de doble que el señor Cáceres compró en el año 2015 de una venta de sheriffs.
And the layout of the property is that it is two levels and then a basement. And the two levels of living area, the first floor, which is one bedroom, and these are the plans of it, the floor plans for that. So it's one bedroom. This is the first floor. And then going up to the second floor is the same layout of the bedroom that is in the back. Let me also, and in the basement where there was a lot of questions about.
Mr. Harris, I'm sorry, can you just pause there and we'll allow the interpreter to relay the last chunk?
Sure.
Thank you.
Sí, en este caso el diseño de la propiedad, ¿verdad? Como lo podemos ver aquí en la pantalla, son dos pisos y también tiene un sótano. En los dos pisos donde está el área de vivienda, el primer piso tiene un cuarto y aquí están los planes de los pisos. Entonces tenemos un cuarto, este es el primer piso y de ahí si subimos al segundo piso, tenemos el mismo diseño del cuarto que está en la parte de atrás. También aquí en el sótano es donde nosotros teníamos bastantes preguntas.
Where there was a lot of questions was the basement. And the basement is just used as storage. It has a mechanical room, bathroom, and this is what it is. And I also have photos of that. You could translate that.
Sí, y también teníamos bastantes preguntas en lo que era el sótano, debido a que el sótano solamente se estaba utilizando como almacenaje, pero hay un cuarto mecánico, un baño, entonces yo también tengo fotos de eso.
And this is the front. This is the front of the building right here that I'm pointing at right here.
Y aquí está la parte del frente del edificio en donde yo estoy apuntando en este momento.
And so here are the supplemental pictures of the basement. This is, I believe, the front of it. This is the washer leading up to the front. Door right here. This is another angle of it.
Aquí tenemos imágenes suplementarias del sótano, pues yo pienso que esta es la parte del frente, ahí está la lavadora que va hacia el frente en la puerta. También esto es otro ángulo de la foto.
And this is leading to the back door of the basement.
Esto nos guía hacia la puerta de la parte de atrás del sótano.
So again, this was a project that had unanimous support. It was presented on September the 19th. Well, I'm sorry, our hearing was September 19th, but the RCO community meeting was on August the 14th in front of the 42nd Ward. It was unanimous support, and there were no concerns about it and we would open it up for any questions. But first, I'd like to have my client, I guess, promoted to adopt my testimony, because I believe that that was really the only issue with this, is what was the status of the basement, because it was unclear at that last
Sí,
hearing.
de nuevo, este de aquí era un proyecto que tenía apoyo unánimo, ¿verdad? Esto fue presentado en la audiencia que tuvimos el 19 de septiembre, pero la reunión RCO, que es la reunión de la comunidad, esa se dio el 14 de agosto en frente del Ward 42. Entonces, tuvo apoyo unánimo, no hubieron ninguna preocupaciones de que, entonces, vamos a abrir preguntas, pero sí me gustaría, pues, promover a que mi cliente, pues, pueda adoptar mi testimonio, debido a que yo creo que ese básicamente era el único problema que teníamos.
All right, Jermaine, have
So-
your testimony adopted.
Okay, so Mr. Caceres, can you hear me?
Ok, perfecto. Entonces, señor Cáceres, ¿sí me escucha?
Sí.
And you heard the testimony that I presented to the board. Do you agree with that testimony that I presented to the board?
Sí pudo escuchar el testimonio que yo le presenté a la Junta. ¿Usted está de acuerdo con el testimonio que yo le acabo de presentar a la Junta, a lo mejor?
Sí.
Yes.
And do you don't necessarily have to, but is there anything you would want to add to what I just stated, what I just testified to the board about this particular property?
Ok, y no necesariamente tiene que hacerlo, pero a lo mejor hay algo que usted desea añadir o que desee declarar a lo que, aparte de lo que yo ya he testificado en cuanto a esta propiedad particular frente a la Junta.
No.
And one last thing that I forgot to remind the board is that this building is currently occupied by family members of Mr. Caceres.
Y otra cosita que me estaba olvidando de recordarle a la Junta es de que este edificio está siendo ocupado actualmente por miembros de familia del señor Cáceres.
Questions from the
And-
board?
Yes. Well, both tenants have access to the basement.
Ok, pregunta para la Junta. ¿Sí? ¿Ambos ocupantes de la propiedad tienen acceso al sótano?
Sí. Other questions?
No hay más preguntas.
Questions or comments from our attorney, Hillary Emerson?
Not at this time, Mr. Chair.
Questions or comments from the virtual audience?
I see no hands, Chair.
Planning Commission?
Thank you, Chairman, and good morning. David Vecto with the City Planning Commission. Chairman and board members, the comprehensive plan recommends no change in the zoning of this location from the existing RSA 5 residential single family. The city rezoned sorry.
Interpreter, do you hear that?
Yes. En este caso, la Comisión de Planeación, muchísimas gracias, señor presidente de la Junta. Muy buenos días, David Vecto, con la Comisión de Planeación de la ciudad. Señor presidente y miembros de la Junta, el plan comprensivo no recomienda ningún cambio en la zonalidad de esta ubicación existente a lo que es una RCA 5, que es una residencia de una sola familia en la ciudad.
The city rezoned this neighborhood in 1982 in a city council supported map change.
La ciudad reubicó esta vecindad en 1982, que fue un cambio en el mapa apoyado por el Consejo Ciudadano.
This appears to be a legalization.
Esto parece ser una legalización.
The City Planning Commission recommends that the board grant the proposed use variance for 2 dwelling units.
Y la Comisión de Planeación desde la ciudad recomienda que la Junta conceda el uso propuesto de la variación para las 2 unidades.
MI 2025-001-794-4632 Masher Street. I vote yes with proviso. Maximum 2 units, no household living in basement.
Y entonces, MI 2025-001-7944-4632, la propiedad que está en Masher Street, voto sí, con proviso, máximo 2 unidades, no vivienda en el basement, en el sótano, perdón.
Cheryl Gaston, my vote is yes with provisos.
Cheryl Gaston, mi voto es sí, con provistos.
Tanetta Graham, my vote is yes with provisos.
I'm sorry, can you repeat your name one more time, ma'am?
Tanetta Graham.
Thank you so much. La señorita Tonera Graham dijo que sí, con provisos.
Ryan McAdams, my vote is yes with provisos.
Ryan McAdams, mi voto es sí, con provisos.
Taya Wynn, my vote is yes with provisos.
Taya Wynn, mi voto es sí, con provisos.
Interpreter, thank you very much. We appreciate you getting on so quickly. And Jermaine, we're sorry that we kept you around a little bit longer than we had to, but thank you both, and make sure the appellant knows that he has his votes.
Ya tiene sus votos, señor Cáceres, sí. Ya hemos concluido el proceso. Muchísimas gracias.
Gracias. Muchas gracias.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, panel. Till the next time.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Chairman and board, thank you so much for using our services, and I hope you have a wonderful rest
Thank
of the
you.
day, everybody.
Thank you. Is there anyone in the audience whose case has not been called from the 9:30 list?
No hands, Chair.
All right, thank you. See everybody tomorrow. How's that?